Thank you very much, dear Mr. Chairman, all our friends, dear members of Parliament of Ukraine and European Parliament, dear ladies and gentlemen. I would like to express our deep gratitude to the members of European Parliament for your definitely personal leadership and outstanding contribution to the support in Ukraine in this very challenging time. European Parliament has been a major driving force for consolidating European unity, European solidarity with Ukraine, pushing for ever-growing political and economic and military assistance, and promoting EU accession agenda. Your decision, position and resolution have been outpacing their time. And I strongly believe that if national government had followed your strategic thinking and initiative on Ukraine, the current development has been much more positive in terms of our common victory against Putin regime. It is 9 years and 4 months of the Russian aggression against Ukraine. It is almost 500 days since large-scale invasion of Russian armed forces into Ukraine. And according to the NATO Military Committee, imagine that almost 90% of the Russian land military forces are deployed in Ukraine. 90% of all big Russian military machine now involved in Ukraine. I think that we should understand how important that for global democracy, for the global freedom, and for our future victory. Despite all the challenges, Ukraine keeps fighting for survival, for independence, for our territorial integrity, fighting with a courage, with a very strong motivation, with a sacrifice and success. The armed forces of Ukraine, believe me, or you know that, making a miracle. And we are not only defensive situation on the warfare. We conducting challenging but successful counter-offensive operation. Counter-offensive operation, when Russia have more troops, we provide the offensive. When Russia have air dominance in the Ukrainian airspace, we provide the attention. When Russia has 5 times more artillery ammunition, we provide the attention. And this is not a miracle. This is how we can make and work together because of the motivation of Ukraine and because of support of our partners. It will continue until the complete deoccupation of Ukrainian lands. We have some disputes. What does it mean, victory of Ukraine? Does it Ukrainian blue and yellow flag above the Kremlin? I wish, but not. That would be deoccupation of Ukrainian land and deputinization Europe and deputinization Russia and sustainable security situation on the continent. This is general concern about this goal. The pace and outcome of counter-offensive operation will depend both from efficiency of Ukraine army and scale and speed of Western military support. It is the victory of Ukraine who guarantee peace on the continent and security of the whole free world. And we must win this war. And please, let not anymore use that European Union, NATO, our partners will be with Ukraine until the end. No. We be together until our victory. And Ukrainian victory is the victory of Europe and the victory of the whole free world. Dear friends, our common formula of victory is absolutely clear and lead to the implementation, the peace plan of Ukraine. This is 5 points. Point number 1, weapons. We still have very lack of ammunition, and we need to switch global economy to the military rail. Russia already do that, And we should learn how to produce enough of ammunition for Ukrainian artillery. We definitely need the modern air defense system to stop Russian air dominance. Radio electronic warfare system. We need to have at least F-16. Now we have a scandal that the training of Ukrainian pilots is even not beginning. Believe me, every single day for this war, Ukrainian people pay a disastrous price. Point number 2, and I want to thank European Parliament, European Commission for their very brave and decisive sanction approach, welcoming the 11th package of sanctions. Again, this is not enough. Efficiency of sanction we can understand by one very simple KPI. This is the cut of the volume of the Russian export. If in the year 2021 it was 600, now it should be $200 billion to stop the ability of Russia to finance. And with that situation, let's stop and make a sanction on Russian LNG products in Yamal, in Baltic Sea. That would be $80 billion a year if we do not stop that. And let's decisively stop any attempt to avoiding the sanction. Point number 3, justice. This is the international justice for Putin war crimes. ICC order for the genocide of Ukrainian children should be added with the disastrous ecocide catastrophe of Kakhovka Dam. We definitely want to thank very much for the efficient cooperation with the Hague team for collecting and presenting the Putin crimes. Point number 4 with peace plan. This is economic assistance of Ukraine. And with that situation, we not only should promote the foreign public finance as a donor for Ukraine, we should together create very attractive investment climate for Ukraine, when private investment would count 80% of the all necessary resources. And with that situation, we, both Parliament, should develop very special package for the improving investment climate. Rule of law, independent court, very efficient protection against raidship, and many others. And point number 5. Oh, no, sorry. Point number 1. NATO and EU membership. What does it mean, NATO membership for Ukraine? Finish of the war. If any European person will understand that this is exactly finish of the war, and without that it is impossible finish of the war, we can demonstrate now, and I'm optimist, I strongly believe that in the Vilnius summit, Vilnius is very lucky city for Ukraine. Remember that I signed the association agreement with the pen with the name of Vilnius. I'm optimistic. We need to receive invitation from all NATO member states. And this is investment of NATO member states in the European security. And I want to thank, because exactly now we have 1 year anniversary of the status of the candidate for Ukraine. We have today many meetings. We need to have very narrow window of opportunity. And now within the next 2-3 months, we should demonstrate a breakthrough. This is not true what's saying on Ukrainian United Marathon, that Ukraine has already done 85% of our job, and now all responsibility on European Parliament and European Commission. No! Great job is still ahead. And that's why our delegation is here, and that's why we are decisive to promote what necessary thing to be done, exactly how I do when we have a visa-free regime with all of you. We have 144 list of the reform, and we do it. We need to have the same tactics now. And with this situation, I think we should use this meeting this our session. I greatly support the declaration for our meeting. And we have today a very important message. This is not just 7 points for Ursula von der Leyen and the European Commission, what Ukraine needs to be done. We need to meet the criteria of Copenhagen, and we should finish this job before end of this year. This is the window of opportunity. And let's be the joint team to deliver to Ukraine exactly least what necessary to be done. And now, as I said to my colleague, this is not a time for discussion and compromise from Ukrainian side. This is the time for delivery. And we should deliver before October, before assessment mission, all things with the rule of law, with the independence of the anti-corruption infrastructure, with the electronic declaration, with the PEP responsibility, with the freedom of media, with the freedom of press, freedom of people, with the health, with the human rights, everything. And we speak one language. And this language is not English or Ukrainian. This language of freedom and democracy. And this language is very good understandable by Ukrainians. Thank you very much indeed.